Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. We are doing another design team project for Not2Shabby. There is coupon code Mary10 for 10% off your order over at the shop. So today we're going to be playing with this Darcy stamp set, and I'm going to be doing a scene. I'm basically going to build a scene and add a background with no masking whatsoever. Not that there's anything wrong with masking at all. It's one of my favorite techniques. But I'm just going to try to do this without doing it because the stamps lend to be able to do it that way. What I mean by that is, like, for example, right here I'm putting the little glasses on the owl. I don't need to mask for that. The apple sits on top of the book if you line it up correctly. So, I mean, you don't really need to mask, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to be using some Arteza Real Brush pens on my Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I did stamp all these images out with the Nocturne ink from VersaFine Clair. That's a waterproof ink. It is my go-to for all things watercoloring. I never have an issue with it. So I'm going to be coloring up these images here, and while I'm doing that, I wanted to give you all an update on my sort of injury after the debacle that was the treadmill. So if you haven't heard that story, then click back to the last Not2Shabby video I did using Sierra Girl, and you'll get to hear the whole thing. But anyway, when I came up from falling off the treadmill, I sat down to do my voiceover with you all, and it hurt, but I hadn't looked at it yet because I didn't want to look at it. So I went upstairs afterwards and I told my husband what happened, and I kind of laughing about it, you know. Whatever, and he's like, well, let me see. So he looks at my back, and I think the first wave of pain came when he said, oh yeah. That was the first wave of new pain. The second wave of new pain was when I looked at it myself. So how do I describe this without, being gross? Let's just say that it resembled some sort of alien experiment on my back up my spine. It was not pretty, and in fact, it really was bad. So although I'm healing and I'm much better now, thank you for all the love, by the way, it was definitely, please don't get caught between a table and the treadmill belt, or like so many of you suggested, I use the emergency little button thing that you're supposed to put onto your clothes so that if this happens, the belt will stop. So, yes, I will be doing that from now on. I'm going to have to get on that treadmill at some point. So anyway, I'm fine. I'm healing up nicely. I'm just clumsy, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so let's get back to the card here. So coloring's done. Now I've taken a Lawn Fawn rectangle stitch die, and I'm going to run that through my big shot because I love this second from the largest. If you have both rectangle stitch dies from Lawn Fawn, I love the second from the largest. That is my favorite. I go to almost every single card. Okay, mind my head here. I do apologize for that. But I'm trying to get right over my project. So when I had this scene out here, I was like, okay, this is cute. They're cute on the paper, but I want something, a background to mimic, the idea of school. And so I thought back to that paper where we actually got to practice learning how to write and our letters, either cursive or printing. It was the big block lines where you had like this, like you could see me doing it. So I thought, well, why not make the whole background that way so it'll resemble sort of like a notebook page. So that's what I'm doing there. Very simple. This T-square ruler is wonderful. If you don't have one of these, even if you used a piece of cardstock and you had a mat underneath you that had lines, you can line up the cardstock all the way down, or you can eyeball it because guess what? It's handmade, and that's just the way we do stuff. On the very bottom, I left empty because that's going to be kind of the desk that they're sitting on. Over this, I did forget to tell you, I stamped out this top one in Blackjack from Capthorne Puller, and it's water reactive. So when I put the water brush over it, I'm talking about the heart, it kind of made it grayish, and that was okay. I was looking for like that chalkboardy look. And then I went back in with some pink. On the bottom here, I'm taking some brown, and notice I put the brown where I think the shadows would be first, then I go in with my water brush and I'm pulling that out. This way the shadows remain where I think that they are. So once I get that fully done there and colored in, it looks dimensional. Okay, so that was the look I was going for there. Hindsight, I would have made the wings a little bit darker and maybe added a little bit more color to the owl. But anyway, he's done. And then right here, actually, it's a she, because we gave this to AJ's kindergarten teacher. She's amazing, by the way. Like an angel sent from above. I just adore her. I used some art glitter glue on that panel to put it onto the red backing. And then I'm using my Score Buddy, my Teflon bone folder, to score the 110-pound Nina. I'm going to place this down with some more art glitter glue. And I am going to pretty much finish up my card here. Now, I have to say, I'm asking for grace. Because as soon as I put this card together, then the very next day, it was Miss Graham's birthday. So I packaged this card up with a little note in there, gave it to her, little gift card, and so I don't have like legit pictures. So these are the closest thing I can get to the pictures from some screenshots. So that's it. That'll do it for the card. Thank you so much for stopping by, for hanging out with us. Don't forget, Not Too Shabby shop. Check it out. Lots of great stuff. And if you want to hear that video or that story of my debacle that was my morning run, I will put it right there for you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.